Here's the parking lot. Last time I was here it was not really open for the season yet. This is a very beautiful day today. I decided to come back one last time. Oh, pretty birds over there, little blue, tiny little blue birds. I wonder what those are. Can you see them in the trees? Oh my gosh, they're so little and they're blue. Oh, I don't think I'm going to be able to... Can you see them climbing on the... See, they're flitting all over the place. There's one up there. Let's see. I can't zoom anymore. They're little tiny blue birds. So pretty. And last time I was here, there were not bugs buzzing around. There's a buzzing bug in my ear. But this is, now they have a trash can out, and they've got picnic tables, and the sign out front said open till dusk. Before it said closed. But I didn't think I'd be able to get back. And I have. And so now it says open till dusk. And there's green. Before there wasn't much green. Now there's green on the grass. Not quite. Fully green trees have no green on them. And and when I came last time, I was up on the trail, up further, and not down in this section of Plum Creek at all. So, water's low, as you can see. Very low. I probably could just wade right across it. I wonder where if that mean old crab is still here, the one that was in the book. Yeah, the trees, a lot of fallen trees. Really would love to know how old these trees are. There is meandering towards, and it bends to the left, and that's where the dugout is. Yeah, last time it was better when the bugs had not arrived yet, because they didn't have deep back then. They couldn't. See, there's some kind of little critter digging in there. Okay. But I didn't see last time. I think he mowed through it because there's a little path here now. So I think I'll go this way though, because there's a marker. Oh! And there's a sign over here. Remember I was talking about the rock? See, if I just come this way, I was on the other side of the creek when I was looking for the rock earlier. Well, I was on the other side of the creek, and down that way, on this side of the creek, there is a sign right here that says Big Rock. Now we have officially found the Big Rock. I will sleep well tonight, knowing that was going to make me crazy. Okay, it's this other, looks very similar to the one pointed out last time. Can you see it? Start to see it here? Got to have eroded a lot since the 1870s. That tree does not look like it's long for this world. Okay, Big Rock. Let's see, still not seeing a rock. Remember they said it was long and flat. There it is. Oh my goodness. Dun da da! There's the Big Rock. There's officially have found the Big Rock. But they said they ran on it, so maybe all of this mud, it might even go further down underneath here, but a lot of mud has built up over 140 years or so. Still pretty big though. And the rock, remember the one that's all by itself, is over beyond those trees over there up on top of the bank. That black rock that's flat and kind of square and is just out there by itself. Okay. Very peaceful tonight. It's evening. It's evening time. Lots of birds. Okay, here we go. I'm going to take a picture of it, which I will send to you as well. It says, the big rock was prominent in Laura's memories. It was big enough for Laura and Mary to climb on and race side by side. However, based upon Laura's sketches, the rock was across the creek behind the dugout. It is possible the rock was removed to make farming easier. The only large rock on the farm today is here, nearly submerged. Karen Grassley, Ma Ingalls of Little House on the Prairie, is shown in 1975 standing near the rock. This rock once protruded above the ground, but the surrounding banks rose with silt deposits from each spring flood until it is now nearly covered. Unfortunately, efforts in the late 1970s failed to raise the rock. 8 feet by 10 feet by 10 feet and about 70 tons. Wow. That's Karen Grassley? Or, I don't know, is it Grassley or Grassel? I never knew. I've never heard her name pronounced. Taking some pictures. Whenever there's a pause in filming, or it seems to be a pause, it's because I'm taking a photo. Okay, so here we go. I wonder, that must have been there. I don't know how I missed it though. I guess unless this was not mowed then, because I think maybe this brown grass stuff was high and I just didn't see it. Or I was just so excited about getting to the dugout I didn't look to the right, I only looked to the left. Okay, I'm going to take a picture. It says, in Laura's time, tall grass prairie covered this land as far as the eye could see. Over the past 100 years, the banks of the creek have been grazed and some areas planted with corn, soybeans, and some wheat. However, a few original grasses and flowers undoubtedly remain in unplowed areas. Periodic spring burns have allowed the native grasses, my reading glasses I probably don't need because they're making things blurry. Periodic spring burns have allowed the native grasses such as big blue stem to regain a foothold, especially on the tablelands. We believe that the visitors to Laura's childhood home would like to see it as it was then. It is our intention to restore prairie grasses over time on the farm. In 1999 and 2000, the Minnesota DNR assisted with the planting of additional native grasses near the creek. In 2002, an additional 20 acres have been planted to enhance your experience and to protect the Minnesota watershed from farm runoff. 2 hiking paths through the prairie start from the dugout site across the creek. A small cleared area will be maintained for your picnic enjoyment along Plum Creek. More complete facilities are available in Walnut Grove in the Plum Creek County Park southwest of Walnut Grove. The Laura Ingalls Wilder Museum staff will be happy to provide you with information and directions. The Gordons. Once again, very nice of this family to allow this on their private property. Oh, go away, bug. Had a dog chasing my car today. Actually a sweet, friendly dog. Down a country road. And now the bugs are after me. It's always something. Dugout. You can see how shallow it is. What is that? Oh, here's the spring. It says this is the spring. I wondered because last time I was not sure where that was supposed to be. But you can see the little, see where the little swirls, the little current, it kind of changes out there. There's like little swirlies. I don't know if you can see that. It's the only thing with these cameras, the phones, camera phones. I don't know if they pick up all the detail that a regular video camera would. But this is where they came for their water and whatnot. But I wonder how they know where the spring is. I mean, there are lots of little swirlies. So the water's coming up from, I don't know. That part has me a little confused. You can see, but people have used that section over there of the bank. Looks like it's fairly shallow, and from what I've read online is that people wade across it. So maybe it doesn't really ever get much deeper than this. But I'm glad to know that this is where the spring was, because I really couldn't tell last time, so I'll take a picture. And since the dugout was up there, they didn't have too far to go to get their water and whatnot. Wish there was something you can make so even if you're walking with it. I think there's a stabilizer, maybe mode I could put on. It's so warm today. It was almost 79 degrees. Unbelievable. Because this is Minnesota after all. Even though it's southern Minnesota, it's still Minnesota. Anybody sick by watching it bounce around. Okay. This is what I thought last time was the rock. And I'm not too far off. It's very similar, and I bet you this rock that's closest to the shore here, right here, this one, probably goes way back here. I would imagine it's quite big. And from this angle, you get a little bit better vantage point. If you look upstream, and try not to fall in, it's not quite as muddy as it was last time. Can you see the swirls a little bit better? Still has a current here, but see, you know, I was thinking probably the rocks and whatnot, just rocks and twigs and stuff, aren't going to make the water, you know, break up a little bit. But I guess because it just seems to be more swirly in that area around the downed branches. It'd be a bummer if you were in a canoe or a kayak trying to come down the creek. But it's pretty shallow, so you can just hop out. But I think there's a lot more swirly activity there, so I'm guessing that's how they knew it was a spring. I just would like to see where the spring comes from. Never quite understood that. And up there is the dugout. I'll take another picture. I ran up that hill last time. You can see where the handles are and everything. From here all the way up. So I probably won't do that this time. I'm just going to take a little easier. Definitely greener than last time. Yay! Okay, here we go across the bridge. Another look out this way. Looks like there might be springs down this way as well. I don't know. So peaceful. And okay, that's the other thing I was going to mention. I'm assuming that area over by the parking lot and beyond, you know, how flat it is and heading out into the farmer's field, I'm assuming that is what was called the tablelands. Because I got to tell ya, I mean, you got a few little small hills here as it goes down towards the creek and obviously up that hill. But for the most part, especially having driven through Minnesota, South Dakota, you know, eastern North Dakota, eastern South Dakota, western Minnesota, and really most of Minnesota, it is flat, flat, flat. I mean flat. But New Ulm, where I was earlier today, had some definite pronounced hills driving up and down. So out of nowhere they seem to come. And then here, you know, this is definitely hilly. Here's another path. I didn't take that the other day, so I'll go there as well. But I think I'll go that way with it rather than going up to the dugout right now, because since I didn't go this way last time. But if you see how flat most of it is, and you try to imagine it without the trees as it was originally, you know, I can't even imagine with the wind blowing in the wintertime and just in the snow, it just had to have been beyond brutal. So, but see, these are definitely, these aren't man-made hills, these are hills. It's like, woo, it's nice to see. It's nice to see something other than flat. Okay. I hope this is going to turn pretty soon. Maybe not. I might have to go the other way to get, because I can see, oh, listen to that hawk. I hear ya. You can see one of the plaques over there. there. But I think this is not going to circle around that way. I'll probably have to go back the other way anyway. So this is actually, you know, it's pretty. Different kind of trees and plants and some hills and a creek. And the homestead and the Smet did not, you know, it's pretty flat. Pretty flat. Did have Silver Lake. At the time was bigger than it is now. Lake Thompson, Lake George are all in that area. So there, you know, you had a little bit of different topography to look at, but this, I would have to say, it's too bad they couldn't have built a house on the banks. I mean, a real house and not that sub house. And I think, well, they did build one. But that's one thing I'm going to ask at the museum. Where was that house on this property? Because you can see the Gordon's house out. I drove past that coming in. Dropped off my $5 in the little box that they have there. And that's where they are now. But where was the house that they built before they lived in for a while before they moved into town? Was it out by that farmhouse where the farmhouse is now? Where was it? I didn't see a plaque for that yet. I think it's going to go around. I think. Okay. It goes up behind that hill. I don't know. I might go the other way. There's the Plum Creek again. I guess wherever the trees are is where the creek is. I'm not sure. I can't. The creek seems to be going off to the left over there. So, not exactly the creek is going that way. Because it does go up to the road, that main road that I was on. I don't want to get an angry mama bird. Sounds like a big bird. So all I need is a hawk or something attacking my head because I'm too near its nest. That would not be good. Is this going to go up? I don't know. I can imagine that this looks very much, it's tall prairie grass right now. But when you were driving over it, like they said in the wintertime, it would support the snow and it would look like there was solid snow, but it went to the wagon, a sleigh went on top of it, and it fell through because this prairie grass really doesn't support much. See, the creek is now off in the distance. Kind of a scary looking forest because the trees are all kind of gnarly trees. These are really okay. Up we go. Up we go. Ooh, Lots of poop from something. It's kind of bigger scat, I guess they call it. So, I don't know what that is. Ooh, it's a big critter down there. Probably a prairie dog. Another one. Stay down there, prairie dogs. Another one. It's a rather steep hill. Ooh. Pretty, pretty, pretty. I don't know, do prairie dogs have scat that big? Must be what it is. See the creek. Dugouts are right about there. Oh, I like being up here because of the sound of the wind and the trees and grasses. Gotta be prairie dog scat. Prairie dog hole. Must be tonight. Sleeping. And see here, this is, looks like maybe it holds a lot of water. I don't know, you can even get a prettier picture of that. The Gordon's farm. Take a picture. Because I don't know, we talk a lot about sloughs here. S-L-O-U-G-H. Doesn't seem like it should be slough, but at least that's how they pronounce it here. Looks like maybe because, you know, the forms like, there's a pheasant. So a pheasant making all that noise. Flying away now. There he goes. They're kind of like, you know, how it dips in. It kind of almost looks like a wetlands type of thing. And I'm wondering if this is considered a slough as well. Because I saw the sloughs out at the homestead, the Smet. And I'm wondering if this is... Those were smaller. See, I have very noisy animals up here. So you know that stand of trees right there. It was not there when the settlers arrived, and it's probably surrounding a home over there. Many of the, see all along the horizon, now you see the trees. That wasn't here when they were here. The spruce trees were not here. But you can see so many of them are a square or a circle. They're to break wind where the house, so to speak, where the house is located, or the barns or the silos. Sorry about that, I didn't realize it was still zoomed in. protected those. And sometimes around certain crop areas, we'll have, like, as you've seen on the expressway all the time, those tree lines, the wind lines, to break the wind that's coming and whipping across the farmers' fields. And it kind of slows it down. So much of it is like it was, but then again, I try to picture it without any of those trees, and not without the other houses there yet, because they weren't there yet, and without that flashing tower warning, flashing so the airplanes see it. That wasn't there. But you can if you really, if you not being able to hear much noise and hearing all the animals and the birds, the wind and the trees and the grass, that part of it, you can kind of imagine what it was like. Getting ready to go down. Hey, dog hole. Here's the bridge. Plant. It tells you what plants you'll see in the spring and the summer. Prairie sunflowers sure look pretty. Love to see those out here.